of beauty guru am I? I don't know how you do this. It's smoking. I literally feel like such a failure of a beauty guru. I'm so bad at this. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, as you've seen from the title, I'm basically going to be showing you how I created this makeup look, which is a really sort of warm autumnal beat, full face, glam, full coverage, the whole shebang, while also going through some of you guys' assumptions. For every time that you guys make an assumption about me which is incorrect, I'm going to do one more step of my makeup. So let's get into it. So basically what I did is on my Instagram story I put a little questions box asking you guys to send me in assumptions. Here are some of the questions and I'm just going to be going through answering them, and if it's wrong I will do one step of my makeup. I got the idea for this video from Verena on YouTube. Everyone knows Verena, but I'll link her down below. Anyway, so the first question is from Sophia Willman on Instagram, and she says, you are quite shy when you first meet people. I used to be really shy when I was little, and I do still get like quite shy doing things like ordering food or like asking waiters for things. Or actually, this is the main one. I always want to compliment people out in the streets on like their outfits or their hairstyles or their makeup or something, because I just love it when I see like different styles, but I just get too scared to, and it's something I wish I could do. So I've got very good at it in events and stuff, like going and talking to fellow creators and just making conversation with people. I now find quite easy because you just kind of have to push past the scariness. So I don't know, that's kind of a half and half one. I'm going to do the first step of my makeup. I'll of course link all the products that I use down below in the description. Right now for my brows I'm using the Brow by Benefit Cosmetics. It's literally my all-time favourite. I use it pretty much every day. Okay, the brows are done. They're looking a bit insane at the moment because I haven't carved them yet. But let's answer the next assumption. Okay, the next assumption is from Maddie, and she says that I like chocolate more than I like sweets. I feel like this is one that entirely depends on what mood you're in, but in general I will usually pick sweets over chocolate, I would say. I mean, I feel like I'll never turn down a bag of minstrels, but I think I'm more of a squashy kind of girl. Okay, for the next makeup step I'm going to carve my eyebrows using the P.Louise base. The next assumption is kind of a funny one. It's from Sarah Welton on Instagram, and she says you're afraid of dogs. This is a really interesting question because I feel like that's quite a rare thing for people to be afraid of dogs, but I actually kind of am. This is very topical of my shirt today as well. This is a shirt that my mum got for me from, I think, New Look, and it originally said, I just want to hang out with my dog, but I scribbled it out and put cat instead. I'm very definitely a cat person. I do love dogs, but sometimes if they're like big dogs, they can scare me a little bit. I do really want to own a dog one day, and I love dogs like spaniels, huskies, any sort of, well, huskies aren't small, but I don't know what point I'm trying to make here. I like sort of cute fluffy dogs, but when they're big ones, like ones that would jump up on you and bark really loud, then they do kind of scare me. But yeah, random question, but yes, I kind of am a little bit afraid of dogs. So I don't actually get to do another step in my makeup because that one is true. So I'm going to move on to the next one. The next assumption is from Marcia Makeup on Instagram, and she says that you like maths. This assumption could literally not be more wrong. When I was still in school, maths was my absolute worst subject. I can't actually remember what I got at GCSEs. I think I got a 6 at GCSEs, so I didn't do terribly, but flow and maths does not compute. Literally, I cannot do maths at all. So that one is definitely wrong. So I'm going to move on to the next step of my makeup. I'm going to use the Laura Mercier Foundation Primer Blemishless. That doesn't make sense. Laura Mercier Blemishless Foundation Primer, which just looks like this. While I'm doing this, I'm actually going to answer an assumption which is true. So an assumption that I got which is true is from Maddie Murray on Instagram. And her assumption is that I am the mum friend of the group. This is true. At parties and stuff, I always prefer to be the one who's sort of going around different people and checking that everyone's okay and making sure that everyone's got water and everyone's like not crying, basically. So that seems to happen a lot at parties that I go to. beside the point. Anyway, yeah, I much prefer at parties and just in general to be the sort of mum responsible person in the group. Although it's funny because I'm really like not that organised. Usually the mum friend in the group is really tidy and really organised and always has themselves put together, which I'm definitely not. I just like to be the one sort of going around and keeping everyone safe and happy, basically. The next assumption is from Lauren Beauty on Instagram, and she says you act slightly younger than you are. Again, I feel like lots of these are sort of half and half, yes and no, but I'm going to do a makeup step if they're like half and half. I feel like I have a character which is sort of different around a lot of people. Now lots of people think that that makes you kind of fake. I do not think that it makes you fake at all. I just think that like different characters and different people bring out different characteristics within you, and I think that's okay. So yeah, for some reason on my Instagram I do seem to, in my videos especially, act a bit younger than I actually am, and I do get lots of messages from people saying that they think that I'm younger than I am. I'm 17, saying like, you seem younger, I thought you were younger than 17. But yeah, it really depends on who I'm around. Some people bring out the more like cutesy younger side of me. I feel like when I'm at events around other influencers I act more grown up because I'm generally one of the youngest, so I feel like I kind of have to make myself seem older. But online I quite like to have a kind of young personality. It's just about like bringing out different parts and sides of your personality. But yeah, I feel like it's like my fashion sense. My fashion sense is just all over the place. So it just changes all the time, but in general, yeah, I guess sometimes I do act younger than I am. So I'm going to move on to foundation for this step, and I'm going to use the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Hydrate. Just had to go and dampen my beauty blender. Again, while I do this step, I'm just going to answer another assumption about me, which is true. Ellie Percival on Instagram says you are posh, not in a bad way though. Love you. I love you too. Yeah, this is another comment that I get lots of people like asking me about. I think it's something to do with, well, I mean it kind of is definitely something to do with my accent. Obviously I am British. Lots of people associate British people with being quite posh. So yeah, I personally would not say or think that I am posh, but lots of people say that I am, so yeah. Okay, sorry, but can we just take a moment to appreciate this colour match? Like, what? Moving on to the next assumption, you live alone. I do not live alone. I still live with my parents in my family home. Yeah, I'm still 17, so I still live with my parents. For concealer, I'm going to use the NARS concealer in 2 different shades. And the next assumption, which is true, is that I have never broken a bone. And no, I have never broken a bone. Don't quite know how I've managed that, and now I know that having said that I'm obviously going to go and break a bone because that's just how it works. But yeah, touch wood, I have still never broken anything. For this next assumption we are moving on to setting powder, and I'm going to use the Anastasia setting powder in Vanilla. And this assumption is from Flo Turner, we have the same name, and she says you eat really healthy and work out a lot. I wish I could say that this was true. Honestly, over the past few weeks when I've been doing social media full time, I have been so bad at like getting out of the house and doing exercise and going to the gym and all that. I really need to start doing that again. So yeah, that one is sadly not true. For this assumption, I'm going to move on to contour, and I'm using this Morphe 8L palette. It just looks like this. The next one is from Vanessa, and she has assumed that I have met Cole Sprouse. Let's just say I wish. Just thinking about meeting Cole Sprouse. Imagine. I'm trying out a new technique that I learnt from I Love Sarahi on Instagram, which is to do your contour using a highlighting brush. And I'd never thought to do this before, but it actually gives you such like a targeted contour. It's really cool. Right, while I leave this baking to set, is that the word? Set? While I leave this setting powder to bake, I'm going to move on to the next assumption. So this next one is from Lily Miller on Instagram, and she says, your skin is perfect. I love you, gorgeous. I love you too. This one is 100% incorrect. My skin is literally so far from perfect, it's not even funny. At the moment, my skin is doing okay. At the beginning of the video, obviously, you saw me fresh faced, so you could kind of see what my skin looks like, although these lights do make my skin look better than it is in real life. But yeah, obviously, I am a teenager, and my skin goes in massive waves of how good or how bad it is. It's literally nothing to do with makeup. Honestly, my skin gets better when I do makeup, which is quite unusual. I've kind of just come to accept my bad skin as much as I possibly can, but yeah, my skin is definitely not perfect. For highlighter, I'm going to use one of my absolute faves, which is the Benefit highlighter in Cookie. It's honestly such a gorgeous highlight and it's so blinding you would not believe. I'm just going to show you how blinding this highlight is. You ready? Look at that. So pretty. Okay, I think this has been left to bake for long enough. Right, we're now moving on to eyeshadow, and I'm going to use the Orange You Glad eyeshadow palette from Colourpop. I haven't actually used this yet, so this will be interesting. And the next assumption is from Art Annie, and she says, "You're always in a good mood." Obviously, no one is always in a good mood. That's just the way of life. Everyone has down days and everyone has days when they're just not really feeling themselves. But I would generally say that yes, I am, or at least try to be, a very happy, smiley, positive person. I've always wanted to be, you know, that one person who like lights up a room by smiling when they walk in, you know? I don't think that I will ever think that I actually am that person, but you know, it's something I bear in mind. So yeah, obviously I'm not happy all the time, but I do try my best to be as smiley and positive as possible. I'm really liking this eyeshadow palette, by the way. It's really pigmented. Okay, eyeshadow is done, and now I'm going to move on to doing my lashes. So I'm going to curl them and then use their Real Mascara, again by Benefit. I'm obsessed with Benefit at the moment. So the next assumption is from Minimal, I guess, on Instagram, cool username. And they have said you never watch Stranger Things. So I watched the entire of the first season of Stranger Things and I actually didn't like it. Now I know that that is a highly unpopular opinion because everyone seems to love Stranger Things, but I don't know, something about it just didn't grip me. Lots of people have suggested that I try watching season 2 even if I didn't really get season 1. I am willing to give it another go. Let me know down in the comments if I should try watching Stranger Things again. So I'm just using the Clementine pigment from the middle of this palette, and honestly I'm kind of obsessed with this. I'm just going to pop on some lashes off camera and then I will be right back. Okay, I just threw on my lashes and I used these doll lashes in, what style are these? I think they're called Lovelace. That's what it says just along the bottom here. So we are now moving on to the last step of makeup, which is lips, and this assumption is from Emily, and she says you quit school because you got bullied because of what you do. No, I most definitely did not. I have never been bullied for what I do on social media. I quit school because honestly I just did not have enough time to do everything that I needed and wanted to do. I felt that school is something which you can come back to in later life and there's always options for more forms of education, whereas what I'm doing on social media is literally a once in a lifetime opportunity, and it was just something that I couldn't pass up, and it was something that I got to a point where I had to choose between one or the other. So for my lips, I'm going to use this Revlon Colour Stay lip liner. Does it have a shade in 101? And then I'm going to use this brand new Anastasia lipstick in Peachy. This is from the Anastasia X Kylie Bible collection. So I'm just going to take my hair down. Oh my goodness, this hair is such a mess. I wasn't planning on doing my hair in this video, but I'm getting a really sudden urge to like curl my hair. Do I do it? I'm gonna do it. Plus, this probably isn't the best idea. I actually don't own any curlers. What kind of a beauty guru am I? So I'm gonna use straighteners. I've seen loads of people do this. Let's see if I can work it out. Is this how you even do it? Okay, that's not how you do it. Okay, now I'm just making like crimps in my hair. I don't know how you do this. Okay, guess what? Your girl is literally going to get up a hair curling tutorial using straighteners on YouTube because I don't know how to do this. Just please pray for me that I don't burn my hair off. How to curl hair with straighteners. Okay, how to curl your hair with a flat iron. How does she do that? Mine is never going to look like that. Okay. It's smoking. It didn't work. Ow! Okay, this isn't working. What am I doing wrong? It's literally smoking. Okay, I give up. Okay, I turned off my camera because I was literally just wasting like footage trying to curl it, but I think I managed to do it. Like one bit just at the very end, but I think I did it. Let's try and do another section. I literally feel like such a failure of a beauty guru. I'm so bad at this. I did it! Oh my god, I literally did it. I'm going to work through this systematically, curl all my hair, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I just went on live stream on Instagram for the last literally half an hour and attempted firstly to curl my hair using these straighteners, and I literally just wrapped the hair around the wand. That failed, so I tried using a makeup brush to curl my hair, which was an interesting one, but it actually really worked. I just wrapped the hair around this and then like used the straightener over it to just add some heat, and it did kind of work. They've gone a bit flat now because I didn't use any hairspray because I hate hairspray. But yeah, I believe that that is it for this video. It was really interesting to answer some of your assumptions. Thank you to anyone who sent in the assumptions on my Instagram stories, and thank you for watching this video slash makeup tutorial slash bit of a mess of everything really, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!